Boyfriend telling me he won't propose if I don't kick my friends out. My boyfriend, 23 male, and I, 32 female, live together. In the beginning of the year my two best friends fell on hard times. I offered for them to rent out my 2 spare bedrooms. They're great roommates, quiet, clean up after themselves, pay rent on time. They're usually in their room or on their side of the house 90% of the time. Recently, my boyfriend and I have talked about getting engaged and obviously taking our relationship to the next level. Today, however, he texted me saying that he won't propose unless my friends move out. I don't feel that it's fair for me to kick them out in hopes of a commitment. I told him that if he proposes then, yes, I will talk to them about moving out. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel it's fair to tell my friends, "Hey, I'm hoping for a better commitment from my boyfriend, so please move out." I love my boyfriend and obviously want to move forward, but I just don't know what to do. I just feel that if he were to propose and make that commitment to me, then I would make that commitment to him and ask them to move out. I feel stuck in the middle and just want some advice. It sounds like he's tolerating the roommates because it is your place and he doesn't really have a say in it. But after a large commitment and marriage, he would see the apartment as more our place, and he doesn't want roommates, even the ideal sounding kind like yours are. Though I do wonder how the finances are going to balance out if the roommates leave. Is he expecting for you both to put in an equal share, or you to front the missing rent money? YTF is a woman in her 30s trying to marry a kid. So what are your friends' longer-term plans? You said they fell on hard times, so you offered them a room. That makes you a great friend. But what are they doing to get themselves back on their feet and live independently? If I were living with my partner and their friends moved in, I wouldn't feel comfortable with this being an indefinite situation. Short-term fine, but with no end date in sight, absolutely not. Perhaps your partner is looking forward to it being just the two of you again and is wanting to check you are on the same page. He could maybe have worded things differently, but ultimately all of you living together doesn't create the most romantic of living situations. He doesn't want to start a new life married to you but living like a college student with a bunch of roommates. He wants some kind of guarantee for when the times come you two won't be sharing a place with other people. He clearly isn't happy with the current living situation and doesn't want to get stuck in it indefinitely. Honestly, I don't blame him. Damn an age gap and issues in a relationship, if only you could see that coming. You're both at different stages. He obviously wants to be with you and only you in the place to really see how you get on, if marriage would work, etc. Whereas you're at a stage where you've lived alone and not you're helping out friends who fell on hard times. Where you're older, your friends are more likely to need help than his by age range as everything goes up, and it's highly likely they lived alone also. You'll have to come to a compromise here, something like 6 months for them to try and sort themselves up. As for the proposal, honestly you shouldn't really care. Marriage is just a piece of paper. If you love him you should want to see how it'll work with just you and him and no interference, etc. I mean, he's 23. Sounds like he may realize he's not ready for marriage and is looking for an excuse to put it off. You two are in totally different life stages. He can say he wants to marry you until he's blue in the face. If he's coming up with reasons not to propose, it's because he doesn't want to do it. I can understand because it's generally daunting to get married at 23, while you are at an appropriate age to take such a serious step. How long have you two been dating? My girlfriend was blacked out and was texting her friend about another guy. I recently found out that my girlfriend of almost a year was blacked out and texted her best friend telling her that she needs to break up with me and that she is in love with her guy friend that she grew up with. She went on saying that she will never love me as much as she loves the other guy in the text and that she still loves me but doesn't see an endgame. This apparently happened a couple weeks ago, but since then she has made future plans with me, but knowing this I have no idea what to think anymore. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt as she says she was very drunk and didn't mean it, but my buddies tell me drunk thoughts are sober thoughts. She was also dealing with the loss of a relative, so she was in a bad headspace, but I don't know what to think anymore. Anyone got any advice? Break up with her, bro. She loves someone else. She wasn't blackout, she's just telling you that to not make you feel bad. Don't settle for being someone's second place. She probably made future plans with you now until her guy friend becomes available. She seemed pretty coherent when she was talking about how in love with this guy she was. Only a year? Easiest decision ever. Victory hand, light skin tone. Firstly, how does one go about text and having a conversation while being blacked out? Sounds like that's an excuse for her behavior and she's just hanging around until a better opportunity comes along. Ball's in your court from here on out. Can't really blame her when she's basics already said how she truly feels. Research shows that getting drunk doesn't change people's thoughts or morals. It just makes them care less about the consequences of their actions. It's why drunk people will have sex with people or say things they normally wouldn't, but they don't often just start stealing. She's likely had these thoughts for a while, but while drunk she didn't care about the consequences of stating it out loud. Found out my partner cheated in multiple past relationships. I'll keep it short and straight to the point. I have been with my current partner for almost 3 years. We are engaged and have a wedding date set for next May. Today I found out that she cheated in 2 of her past relationships. When we first started dating, I would see her ex-boyfriend's names pop up on her phone. She admitted to texting them, and that was something we discussed as it obviously made me uncomfortable. Anyways, in my last relationship I was cheated on and it was an indescribable pain. Hearing that she cheated in multiple relationships gives me an extreme amount of pause. Advice on how to proceed. Edit. I just want to thank everyone for the words of wisdom and the different perspectives. I will no longer be replying to comments, but like I said, I appreciate all the support. Sorry dude, but the biggest indicator of a person's future behavior is their past behavior. For sure you are not ready to commit to this person. So don't. Cancel the wedding. A cheater who keeps in contact with exes, some of who show up where you are, is a bridge too far. If you do something more than once it becomes a pattern. She's cheated twice. Unless she owned up to her cheating being a choice and not some bullshit excuse most cheaters give, I would tread lightly and be mindful of things that don't seem right. End it. You can save yourself the money on the wedding and divorce. At the very least demand a prenup. Also get a paternity if she ever get pregnant. Never trust a cheater. In my eyes. Once a cheater, always a cheater. You already have cheater PTSD, no need to add to it. So she is a serial cheater. You had evidence at the beginning of the relationship that she was acting shady, and now you find out 3 years in this is a pattern for her with little remorse or changed behavior. Yay, you are right to be concerned. What makes you any different than the last partners, and how was she not cheating at the beginning when she was texting her ex? How can I, 31 female, gently ask my husband, 39 male, about his recent weight gain? Hi everyone. My husband and I have been together for almost 9 years and married 2 years in August. There were some breaks in between due to distance. When we met, he was fit and generally healthy. He was handsome, really active and adventurous. However, over the years, especially recently, I have noticed that he doesn't really care much about what he eats, how much he eats, and or if he works out at all. He is 6 feet 4 inches and 230 pounds. I have always been petite and love working out. I am 5 feet 2 inches and 120 pounds. I meal prep for us both and make sure there is always a healthy breakfast, lunch and dinner available at home anytime. I even have meals frozen so they can be taken out in a pinch. If I go away or am unavailable, he can have something to throw in the oven. It's a habit I picked up from my mother and want to continue for my future, as I want to have kids and I want them to also have healthy options at home. Now, before anyone jumps at me about how I am not responsible for him etc., I know. We just have an unspoken agreement in our marriage that I take over the cleaning, organization of the home, including meals, groceries, laundry etc., while he is most certainly the breadwinner and does things around the house. It works for us and we are happy with it. Anyways, I see his body looking, not the best. I don't even really care about how his body looks as much as I care about how it is showing on his face. He looks tired and the color on his face is just so bad. It's not peachy white like it normally is. It's just pale. He drinks Coke Zero and coffee a lot. He eats fast food at work more than I think he admits to. I don't get it. I even make meals based on his suggestions. Every few days we challenge me to a new meal prep and I love this game, because I love cooking and I love seeing him enjoy the food. But then he goes to work and eats Tim Hortons breakfast sandwiches and other crap. How can I gently ask him what's up? Have you done this? Important edit to add. I've tried to get him to work out with me. I work out every day and asked him to join me 3x a week at least, but he isn't interested. There has been a lot of stress in his work life, I admit, but I started noticing it much before this. I know people carry their weight differently, but his situation has been a little different in my opinion. Even he notices his weight gain and wants to change something but doesn't. I don't understand. Edit 2. Getting tons of DMs assuming lots of weird things about me and my marriage. Not sure where on earth you are coming up with these conclusions about me considering this post. If I came off as insensitive or shallow at all, that was not my intention. I am Mo trying to trigger any feelings within you. I don't know you and thought I was clear in my concern for my husband. He has gained 20 pounds in 2-3 months and he has mentioned many times he wants to make a change and feels shitty but can't. Please stop DMing me with ridiculous accusations about what a shitty wife and person I am. I make my own money. I have a happy marriage. I am going to school. You don't know me at all outside of this very pointed and specific post. I am also new to Reddit, so please someone explain to me why I am being attacked. Final update. Thanks to those who tried to help and offered really sound suggestions. I have a sister and other family members who struggle with weight, so I know 100% how hard it is to talk about such a personal thing. My husband was playing video games last night. I came down and he asked me to sit next to him. We cuddled a bit and then he mentioned his weight again. I went for it. Long story short, the reason for his recent weight gain is stress, work, and mostly thinking about his aging father who isn't doing well. Some of you were right. He recognizes it. I offered any help and support. He said he's just going to have to jump back into the swing of things. So we are going to take it slow starting today, Monday, the universal diet start date lol. We are going to take a long walk together. He isn't interested in the gym, that's okay. And we will be changing our meal prep to a fresher style this week. I will let him pick what he wants. I am a teacher and have the summers off, so I have more time than usual to help out with meals. Although I always make time for meal prep. Oh, and also, I was mistaken. He isn't 230 pounds. He is 248 pounds. We are getting him back down to 225,235 like he was in January. You should bring up how you're concerned about him and how he looks unwell. Ask if he's okay. If you're noticing the color changes and stressed look, you should bring that up. Those are very fair things to be concerned about with your partner. I bet his desk job is making him sick and he's getting depressed as a result. Honestly, his weight sounds good based on his height, but if his color's off and he's feeling crappy, something else is going on. What I'm saying is it's likely not about your cooking. I'd just start with asking him if he's okay. Oh Lord, if you're new to Reddit, people will almost always attack you and take things personally. Sorry it had to happen on such a personal post. Sad face. X. Does he exercise? Can you encourage him back into a good routine? He might be a stress eater. How's the job going? At 39 he's reaching an age where it takes more work to keep in great shape and the job is probably taking its toll. I agree with the comment suggesting a doctor. It would be good for him to get his testosterone levels checked because he's showing some possible symptoms of it being low. He may have the beginnings of problem with his liver. Has he had a physical lately?